Potsdam Sandstoners, Ryan Barstow, a junior, number 14. Number 4, Ryan Bolt, a junior. Number 9, Nate Carey, a junior. Number 2, Daniel Cruikshank, a sophomore. Number 20, John Jaglos, a senior. Number 28, Kyle Kingsley, a junior. Number 8, James McDonald, a sophomore. Number 7, Chris Merchant, a senior. Number 17, Ryan Merriam, a senior. Number 19, Tyler Mira, a junior. Number 24, Corey Eaton, a senior. Number 26, CJ Risch, a junior. Number 29, Robert Scott, a sophomore. Number 30, Sam Skufka, a junior. Number 15, Chris Stone, a sophomore. Number 27, Avery Twist, a junior. Number 1, Cameron Waters, a junior. Number 13, Dominic Capetta, a junior. Now for the starters for the Potsdam Sandstormers. Number 16, Ben Aldrich, a senior. Number 23, Scott Martenstein, a senior. Number 12, Joe Bartlett, a junior. Number 22, Lee Buchanan, a junior. Number 10, Derek Vitelio, a senior. Goalkeeper, Sebastian Grimberg, a senior. Number 5, Tom Hobbs, a sophomore. Number 3, Sean Lilly, a senior. Number 18, Peter McAdoo, a senior. Number 21, Matt Merriman, a senior. And number 25, David Smith, a senior. The Potsdam Sandstoners are coached by Al Benda. Now for the Northeastern Cougars. Number 2, Avery Trombley. Number 5, Cole Cooper. Number 12, Kobe Provost. Number 13, Alex Cartier. Number 17, Alex Davison. Number 18, Evan McDougall. Number 20, Dustin Fukor. Number 22, Bo LeDuc. And number 25, Ben LeDuc. Now for the starters for the Cougars. Number 3, Sean Harrigan. Number 6, Bobby Marks. Number 7, Matt Letourneau. Number 8, Dylan Carter. Number 9, Nick Gay. Number 10, Logan Miller. Number 11, Rob Armstrong. Number 14, Lee McDonough. Number 15, Jamie Davison. Number 23, Thomas Bedard. And in goal, Josh Rabideau. The Cougars are coached by Dale Hawksby and assisted by Frank Dumas and Jerry Davison.
Go Cougars!
Today's officials are Mr. Pete Jakes, Mr. David Lee, and Mr. Steve Reagan. Please stand and remove all headgear for the playing of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last
All right, and welcome viewers to Hometown Cable's presentation of boys varsity soccer. This is coming to you this Saturday afternoon, November 13th, 2010, from the Plattsburgh High School Athletic Conference Complex. This is a New York State Class B regional final.
Capital District.
I'm sorry?
Capital District Regional.
Capital District Regional Final, and this contest is pitting the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton in the home white, representing Section 7, against the Sandstoners of Potsdam High in their away blue uniforms, representing Section 10. So, game just underway here. A nice sunny afternoon here at Plattsburgh, New York, and the Sandstoners end up with the first possession of the game. Push the ball down, it runs back to Rabideau, and he's able to take care of that. Here we go with the Cougars trying to generate a little bit of offense. Davison will push it over to the sideline for Carter, but Carter gets there just a little bit too tardy, and it's going to go over to the Sandstoners on the throw-in. So I will try to set the lineup for you here for the Potsdam folks. Clearly, first time that the Cougars have been up against the Potsdam squad this year, so it might take me just a couple minutes to get some of the names sorted out. This is going to be trouble. Because Joey's texting me now, and my text assistant is not here anymore. Yeah, so if you wonder what those awkward silences are in the broadcast, that's me trying to send a text message, which usually takes me about 20 minutes to.
Yeah, we're conferring with Potsdam, Joey Trombley, and Joe Poisson out there. So,
Yeah, I got it.
you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if
Yes, Joey Trombley and Joe Poisson are out in Potsdam. They are broadcasting for Wiry and the Shazy games at Potsdam State. The Shazy girls won their contest 2-1, and the boys are going up against somebody, Parishville Hopkinson or something like that.
Parishville Hopkinton.
Uh-huh.
They've got a camera out there too. So.
Nice.
We'll be showing on Hometown Cable.
Oh, great. Very good. All right, so once again, back to the action at hand here. It's the Sandstoners who have shown most of the action so far, but here's a breakaway for Carter. Carter gets the ball out in front of him, but scoots it out just a little bit too far out in front of him. David Smith is able to come up with a defense there, and Sebastian Grinberg, the goalkeeper for Potsdam, is able to come out and take care of that. And here's Davison with it with a little bit of space. And once again tries to chip it over the back line. And here's Marks comes crashing through, and he's going to get called for the foul. So that's, again, number 25, David Smith, is on the back line for Coach Benda. And this will be number 3, Sean Lilly, gets the ball in play, or attempts to anyway, and that goes out of bounds.
I'm sure the Sandstoners will be watching Mr. Carter very closely.
I'm sure that the scouting reports have come through that Carter's been a hot hand for the Cougars here, and certainly in the last couple of games. So they're gonna stay pretty focused on him, I'm sure. They got a couple of big boys on the back line there in Smith and Lilly, and we've got number 16 on the far side over there, Ben Aldridge. So the Cougars will have their work cut out for them to see what they can do about breaking through that line. And that ball's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a. Actually, we're going to get a throw in for the Cougars. Once again, Matt Letourneau will come up from his defensive spot to take all these throw-ins for the Cougars. It's a I've said it enough. This is an offensive weapon that Coach Hawksby has in his bag. And that ball's sent to the back line, but Bedard heads it forward. Here's Davison. He's going to take a big shot at it, but that's going to go well over everything and even hopped over the fence. See? We were talking about that earlier. So the Sandstoners will get it going back the other way with a goal kick. And number 12 on here is Bartlett, also Joe Bartlett on the back line for the Sandstoners. Here's Marks battling for it. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be a Cougar throw-in. Actually, no, we're going to get a foul on the play, so the Cougars will get a restart. Armstrong will take this kick. And he bends one to the top of the box. Hits the ground. Harrigan is there. He's going to send it back in, but it gets pushed back out the other way by a Potsdam defender. Here's Armstrong. Tries to get one over for Marks. That gets broken up by DeTulio. Marks is going to take a shot at it. Pops into the box, and Grinberg comes out and picks it up before Miller can converge on him. So the Cougars have held a little sustained pressure here in the last minute or so. Looking to keep it in the Potsdam zone, but ends up going off the foot of Thomas Bedard, and it'll be a throw-in for the Sandstoners right at midfield. We got about 6.5 minutes gone in the first half, still scoreless. Miller watches that go off his back, and it'll be a throw-in for the Potsdam team. Here's Armstrong. Clears it out to the center of the field, but that's Aldridge steps up. Miller runs through that play, but that gets defended nicely. This is McDonough with it. He turns and hits that into a Potsdam player, which creates a little opportunity. There's a nice give and go, but Bedard is there to break that up. And McDonough turns around and sends it back the other way. Here's Davison. He's going to try to chip another one, and Carter gives chase. This is Bartlett. He gets it away from Carter, and they're going to watch it go out of bounds. Davison gets the ball taken away from him by Buchanan, and that one gets pushed away by Letourneau. There's a ball. It's in the middle of the field. There's number 21. That's Matt Merriman for the Sandstoners, and that ball's going to run down into the corner and go out of bounds. All right, the ball is back in play. There's Sandstoners working hard for it. That's McAdoo lays it off, and there's a ball that's going to be put into the box. Nick Gay is there to turn that back around the other way. Here's Carter pushes it out towards the center of the field for create some breathing room, but Sandstoners send it back in. McDonough pushes it forward. Davison is there, gives it for Marks. Carter has it. He's looking for somebody. Marks is there. Ball is sent to the center. Marks gets himself loose, pushes it out in front of him, but the ball comes loose. Nice play by Grinberg to come out and cover that up, but Bobby Marks found himself loose with the ball inside the box, but Grinberg came off his line, and Marks got it just a shade out in front of him a little bit too much, and Grinberg was able to come out and get a piece of it. Nice scoring opportunity there for the Cougars. Great play by Dylan Carter to set up Bobby Marks. There's again that big long throw. It goes into the box, and two hopper back to Grinberg, who covers up. Grinberg sends the ball out to over midfield, and Gay will watch it roll out of bounds. Be a throw in for the Cougars. That's Lilly with it. He sends it back for Smith. Smith pushes it out to the center. Armstrong is there. And Armstrong's going to go down, but the possession is towards the Cougars, so no whistle. That's number 17 back there is Ryan Merriman. And the Sandstoners come away with it. There's a ball in the center. Harrigan picks that off. Tries to get it over for Marks, but that gets broken up. Here come the Sandstoners on the offensive push. There's a nice ball that's sent into the middle, but that's broken up by Bedard. Here's Barnstein comes away with it. Bartenstein, I'm sorry. And he gets taken down outside the box, so it's going to be a set piece here for the Sandstoners. And they're going to be right around 30 yards out. Lilly's going to take the kick. He's going to chip one up, and it's going to get headed away by one of the Sandstoners, kind of in the wrong direction. Marks is there, gets it over for Harrigan. Harrigan's got some space. He wants to, again, chip one up for Carter, who gives chase, and this time it gets knocked out of bounds. Here's Bartenstein. He lays it off for number 5 over there is Hobbs. Hobbs leaves it for Merriman. Merriman pushes it back up for Hobbs. It gets by Bedard, but Armstrong is there to cover up, and he sends it out of bounds. We got just under 28 minutes to play here in the first half. Still scoreless. Again, here's Bedard in the corner. He knocks it out of bounds. Going to be a corner kick for the Sandstoners. So this is the first corner kick for either team of the in this competition. So. The ball gets sent in short. Bedard puts a head on it. Comes out to the back of the area. Carter's the first one there, but again, Bartlett is there, and he sends a shot in, but it's wide of the net. All right, the ball's back into action here. This is nice play by Davison to get it over for Marks. Marks can't catch up to it, so it rolls out of bounds. This is Harrigan. He gets shoved off the ball, and Davison is there, but the ball gets pushed out of bounds. And here come the Cougars. Marks tries to chip one up for Davison, but it goes all the way back to David Smith, and it goes out of bounds. Cougars will throw in. Nice long throw over the head, and Davison is there, fights his way through, but Smith is able to come up with that loose ball and send it to the back line. Armstrong is there, he's looking for somebody to pass to, gets it to Pupor. Pupor lets it slide by him, and it's defended nicely by Potsdam. Here's a ball that gets sent up to the back line, and once again Armstrong is there to take care of that one. This is Marks. He gets it by his defender, gets knocked out of bounds. That's number 28, Kyle Kingsley, a new entrant into the game. Also, who's up front here, number 18, Peter McAdoo, he's been in. Letourneau throws the ball in and way into the box, and that one gets headed out by a Potsdam defender. Again, Harrigan can't handle the trap, and the ball gets sent all the way back to the midfield stripe. This is Gay with it. He gets it knocked away from him by McDonald. I'm sorry. That's McAdoo. McAdoo gives chase. He beats another defender. Has the ball in the box. Sent out to Bartenstein, who comes loose, but it clicks all the way out. sent back into the box. Bartenstein is there. A bunch of white shirts are converging on it. Big scramble in front of the net, and the shot does go off, and Rabideau corrals that one. So nice pressure there by the Sandstoners, with the defense was able to hold on. I made a couple of miscues to set up a couple of their high-powered scorers in the front, but the defense was able to regroup.
Well, that developed because Northeastern didn't get back. They had 4 guys lined in side by side, and a defender was able to sneak into them and kick the ball through.
Yeah, I agree. They all started back in here where one player got beat, and they were pressured up, and all the midfielders were pressured up, and that left the defenders all back. So everything starts in the midfield. Here's Gay, breaks up that play. This is here. McDonough pushes it over to the right side for Cooper. Cooper is there. Pupor comes up with a loose ball. He sends it back to Bedard. Bedard looking to chip one into the center. And that goes over to Lilly, pushes it back out the other way for the Sandstoners. And it's going to go out of bounds, and we get subs. Cougars send that ball back, but Gay tries to put it on the get it off on the fly, and makes a little mistake on it. Creates a scoring opportunity, or creates an offensive opportunity for the Sandstoners. This is number 3, Sean Lilly, working hard to free himself up. Pushes it back for Bartlett. Davison comes back to try to break up the play, but the Sandstoners still possess. Here's Bartlett with it, and Davison gets a foot on it, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Sandstoners deep in the Cougars' end here. Here's Marks, tries to clear it out. Ball is bounced around. Bartlett sends it back in. Here's Harrigan. He creates a little bit of space, sends it up, but it's going to roll out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in. Taking a little pressure off, but still Potsdam is still possessing it. And once again, it goes out of bounds. Here's Harrigan trying to clear it out, but can't. Bartlett tries to get it going here. The Cougars are having a hard time getting it out of the zone. Now they do. Crosses midfield. This is Pupor with it. He looks to get by Smith, but he can't. Harrigan has the ball. He sends it over for McDonough. McDonough creates some space, looking for somebody to pass to. Chips it up to the front line, but it's in between Cooper and Pupor, and number 17, that's Ryan Merriman, is able to push it out of bounds and break that play up. Here's Cooper. Works a ball into the box, but the Sandstoners step up and knock that out of the way. Nice play by Cole Cooper to work himself loose on the end line and send a nice cross into the box, but the blue shirts were the first to get there. Once again, Letourneau will take the long throw. Nice throw into the box, and that's going to bounce, and it gets headed over the crossbar, so it's going to be a corner kick for the Cougars. It was number 22, Lee Buchanan, on the defensive end of things, and gets a head on it, goes over the top of the goal. So it's first corner kick opportunity for the Cougars. Carter, the left-footed kicker, will take the kick. And he sends a nice one into the box, but once again, Buchanan is there to head it away. Bedard says, I'll put that back in there. Miller tries a half volley and doesn't get it too close to the goal, but good try by Logan Miller to put that shot on net, but Grimberg watches it sail wide. So Cougars with some decent pressure there in the last minute or so. We're under 20 minutes to play in the first half, still scoreless. Here's Harrigan with it. Sends it for Miller. Miller touches it by one defender. But Buchanan is there to clear it back. This is number 10, Garrett DeTulio. 18 is McAdoo, pushes it up for DeTulio, who shoves Letourneau out of the way and gets the whistle for it. Armstrong gets it started. Carter sends it into the middle, but Lilly is there to push it back the other way. Miller has it go out of bounds off of him, so it'll be a Potsdam throw-in. That's sent back for Smith. Smith in the center for Lilly. Lilly pushes it over for Aldrich. And the Sandstoners are looking to set up a play here. And that ball gets down the sideline and goes out of bounds, so the Cougars will throw in. Cooper gets it up for Davison. Davison going to push it back for Cooper. Cooper's there. Pushes it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner kick. So nice play there by the Cougars to break out of the zone and create a scoring or an offensive opportunity anyway. And the Sandstoners got in the middle of that and knocked it out of bounds. So once again, it'll be a corner kick for the Cougars. Carter on the kick. Sends one out to the top of the 18, hits the ground. Miller is there, turns and gets a shot. It goes into the center of the box. There's a again, it's squirting around in the box, and the Sandstoners are finally able to clear it out. Gay turns around, sends the ball back into the zone, and it's going to roll over the end line. And it's going to create a goal kick. That ball's going to go out of bounds. Marks sends one into the middle for Harrigan. Harrigan has it get just a little bit too far ahead of him. Marks is there, but he pushes it up, but Lilly makes a nice play to break that up. And here come the Sandstoners. There's a nice pass into DeTulio, who's looking for number 7, who's Chris Merchant in the center. There's Merchant and number 5, Hobbs. They working together to pass the ball down, but Cooper comes in to break that up. Once again, it gets pushed back to the back line, and send that back for Smith. Smith pushes it up to offense. Here comes the Cougars. Mark sends that over to Bartlett, and it gets pushed back up. Here's DeTulio. Gets his pass blocked by Gay. And there's a flock of ducks flying over the field. I'll be darned. There's a opportunity for the Sandstoners, but Bedard steps up and breaks that up. Here's Lilly, pushes one into the middle. This is Bartenstein, sends it off for DeTulio. DeTulio takes a shot and scoots by Rabideau, and he gets a hand on it as it goes by him, so that's going to create a corner kick opportunity for the Sandstoners. We are at 15-10 to play in the first half. Still scoreless, I'm sorry.
And Rabbit is going to be looking right into that sun.
Yeah, and once again, the keeper will be looking right into the sun. As the ball is sent into the box, hits the ground. Davison is the first one there. That's Lilly fighting for it, and he sends it back for Smith, but it rolls back a little bit too far. Marks tries to control. He's got it. Tries to get it up for Davison, but it gets knocked down by Bartlett. Here's DeTulio, and Harrigan strips him of the ball. Sends a long ball up. Smith is the first one there. He's going to shield it as it almost goes out of bounds, but Davison makes a nice play. He's going to push it by Smith, take it to the end line, put a nice cross in the middle. Carter's there, gets a shot off, but it gets blocked by Lilly. actually by Ryan Hobbs. A nice play by the Cougars there to that combination of Jamie Davison and Dylan Carter to get a beautiful scoring opportunity there. But Hobbs comes from his midfield position and come back and found himself in a beautiful position to block that attempt. The Potsdam goalie Grinberg was out of position, but he had a defender there to help him out on that one. That was a grade A scoring opportunity for the Cougars. 13:40 to go in the first half. And that ball goes back to Bartenstein. He sends it in the middle, and it's pushed forward, but Harrigan is there to break it up. This is Cooper. It's a nice move to get by his player, and it rolls out of bounds. Working out for you. It's tough to be artistic.
The other bay might be open. You can open the window up. If Kenny Drake's not there.
I got a guy in there. They have someone in there? Yeah.
Here's the ball again, sent to the back line. Smith is there to push it out of the way. Aldrich has it, sends it up, gets Cooper right in the face, and that creates an opportunity for the Sandstoner. So here's Bartenstein on the right side, but he chases it, goes out of bounds. It's a Cougar throw-in. There's Cooper and Davison try to converge, but nothing happens there. This is Letourneau, pushes it up for Harrigan, and that's going to be called for the charge. So that'll create a restart for the Cougars. There's a ball in the center. This is McAdoo, and Bartenstein can't come up with it. Bedard makes a nice defensive play. Here's Lilly. Turns around, sends it up again for McAdoo. McAdoo beats Gay, pushes it wide, but it goes out of bounds. Lilly steps up and takes care of that one. Bartenstein, nice back heel pass to get it over for DeTulio, but Letourneau is there to break that up. And that ball scoots by everybody, and Armstrong is there, sends it up for Harrigan. Harrigan sends it over for Bedard. Bedard get it over to the right side for Miller, but he can't catch up to it. We get just under 11 minutes to play in the first half. Still scoreless. There's a ball that scoots into the box, but Rabideau was able to pick that up without a problem. Here's a ball that gets back past the Merriman, and Miller deflects that clearing chance, but can't catch up to the pass. He says, I think I would rather be inside. Here's Marks battling for it. That's number 28 is Kyle Kingsley for the Cougars. Ball goes out of bounds, and the throw-in goes to the Cougars. Davison chips it over the head of Lilly, but it's broken up. Here's Davison again with a little bit of space, can't trap the ball, and it gets cleared out by the Sandstoners. Bedard sends it back in, but goes right to Bartenstein, who pushes it over to McDonald over there on the left wing. This is McAdoo. Sends it in, but that's good. Ball's going to bounce, and Rabideau's going to come out and grab it. Kyle Kingsley gets a head on it, pushes it into the box, but didn't have a whole lot of mustard on it, and Rabideau was able to come out and pick it up without a problem. It goes out of bounds, be another Sandstoner throw-in. Ball in the middle of the field. This is Lilly. Pushes it over to the left side for McDonald. He can't catch up with it, so the Hornets. Sorry, there's no Hornets out there. The Cougars get a throw in. Harrigan tries to push it forward, but gets broken up by the defense. Miller. It's a nice play to possess the ball there. McDonough pushes it forward for Carter, but Merriman is there. Carter battles hard, but Merriman comes away with it. Here's McDonough. He turns. Sends a left-footed service into the area, but it goes off the back of number 21, Matt Merriman, and that creates a corner kick for the Cougars. 7:45 to play in the first half. The Cougars with an opportunity here on the corner kick. Carter puts the ball in the box, goes over the head of Marks. Davison is there with a wide open shot, takes a left-footed shot, but it skips off the top of his foot and goes well wide of the goal. So great opportunity there once again for the Cougars. Marks has the ball sail over his head, and Davison misfires on the half volley. And that ball rolls out of bounds, so once again it'll be a Cougar throw-in. Lilly's the first one there, but Marks has it. Here's Harrigan. Picks up the loose ball. He gets pushed off a bit, but McDonough is there. He turns and sends a shot into the box, but Grinberg is able to handle that one without a problem. Grinberg punts the ball. Harrigan pushes it back the other way. And it's settled by Lilly. Lilly pushes it up for McAdoo. McAdoo has it, sends it back. This is Bartlett. And the Sandstoners push back and regroup. Here's McDonald with it. He lays it off for Merriman, I believe. Armstrong is there to break that up. And Armstrong's going to misfire on that one. It's going to create a corner kick for the Sandstoners. 5.5 to play in the first half. This will be an opportunity for the Potsdam squad on the corner kick. And that ball is sent out wide. Marks is there, but scoots by him. McDonough tries to clear it, and Miller finally gets a foot on it, pushes it out towards this midfield stripe. This is Aldrich with it. He's still got it. Tries to send it up for his winger, but that gets defended there nicely by Bedard. And here's Carter with it. Carter tries to chip one up for Davison on the right side. He does. Davison is there. Doesn't have any support. And ball gets turned around the other way by the Sandstoners. Nice defense by the Potsdam squad. And that ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Cougar throw-in. Once again, the Cougars will throw it in. Ball is into the zone. Here's Davison with an opportunity. There's a loose ball there. Davison gets a shot off, and it rolls just wide of the net. Good opportunity there for the Cougars, and that ball rolls just wide of the net, and it's going to be called a corner kick. Must be one of the Potsdam players redirected that a little bit, and we're going to have a corner kick here from this side. Harrigan will be on the kick this time. We are about 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Here's a nice ball into the zone, hits the ground. Everybody kind of runs by it. Harrigan is there, delivers another one, but there's no white shirts there. And that's Bartlett, turns around, sends it back out. Here's Bedard. has it pop over his head, but he still maintains possession, sends the ball to the front, but Bartlett again is there, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. So Bedard will throw in. A couple of blue shirts there, and they come away with it. Sent up midfield. Letourneau's there. He settles the ball, turns around and sends it back the other way. Davison trying to be the first to it. He heads it just a little bit too far, and it's defended there by Merriman. And we got a whistle on the play. Armstrong puts the ball in play. Harrigan heads it by, and Leduc comes up with almost had a scoring opportunity there. Harrigan comes away with it. Still has it. And Marks is there. Sends it back for Davison. Davison has it, chips it forward for Cooper. That gets headed by number 22, Lee Buchanan. And the Sandstoners defend. Here's the Potsdam group trying to create some offense. Cougars end up with it, and a little pushing and shoving going on out here. Davison sends a ball into the box, but it's defended nicely there by Bartlett, and we are in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Here's Marks, sends it back for Davison. Davison chips it into the center, but it's defended there by Buchanan. Here's Armstrong with it. Pushes it into the center for McDonough. McDonough, a nice move, takes a shot from about 20 yards out with a left foot and cranks it just a little bit high and goes over the crossbar. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Potsdam group will throw it in. We're in the final minute of play here in the first half. And ball goes back to number 16, Ben Aldridge. And Smith clears it out, gets by McDonough. Here's Bartenstein. He sends it over for Stone, I believe. I'm not sure who that player was, but this is McAdoo. And it gets knocked out of bounds. Still McDonald over there on the left side. Potsdam will have a throw in. We're under 20 seconds to play here in the first half. The ball is loose in the center. There's McDonough, turns around, puts a left foot on it, gets it out of the zone to take the pressure off. Here's Marks. Marks kicks it into the face of Lilly. And we're down to the last 10 seconds of the first half. Here's Harrigan. He's going to send it forward, and that's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to do it for the first half of play here at the Plattsburgh High School Athletic Complex in this New York State Capital Regional Final, where the Section 7 Northeastern Clinton Cougars and the Section 10 Potsdam Sandstoners have battled to a 0-0 tie here at halftime.
Record button is right here.
It was only a 10-minute half, but the sun certainly disappeared in that 10 minutes.
Oh, the halftime? Yeah. Yeah, cool right now.
No more sun, just shadow, just shade.
All right, there, we got that taken care of. We're back to action, are we?
Yeah.
All right, we're filming, and here we are, folks, back to action here for the second half of this New York State Regional Final between the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton in the white and Sandstoners of Potsdam High in the blue. Both teams battled to a 0-0 tie through the first 40 minutes, so we are back to action here for the second half of what should be an exciting game. The The lights are on here at the Plattsburgh High School Athletic Complex. And the sun is set and the temperature has dropped about 10 degrees, so should possibly change the complexion of this game. We'll see if the weather has anything to do with it. The ball bounces back and Smith is there. He turns it around, sends it up to the center of the field. Davison is there again, going to play this long ball kick and run thing, and sends it up. Marks and Buchanan or Bartlett are battling for it. Goes out of bounds, so it's going to be a Cougar throw-in. Once again, Letourneau will come up and take that long throw. He sends the ball in, and Bartlett is the first one there. And that ball gets kicked by Nick Gay. And here comes McAdoo giving chase. McDonald tries to get it by Armstrong, can't. Letourneau cleans up that mess, sends it up. Carter, nice play there, chips it up for Davison. Davison on his horse, he gets a step on it, gets a shot off, and it's in the back of the net. Jamie Davison comes up with a goal here just 2 minutes and 24 seconds into the second half. And he beats Sebastian Grimberg. I don't know. Grimberg may have thought that ball was going to go wide. Never made an attempt at it whatsoever. And I'm not really sure what that was all about. But anyway, nice ball by Carter. Nice ball by Dylan Carter to Spring Davison. Davison beat his defender. No, 15 on the goal, 8 on the assist.
All playoffs long has been Davison to Carter, but this time it's reversed.
Right? That's okay as long as it gets behind the goaltender. We do not care who we give it to, but you're right.
Goal scored by Jamie Davison and assisted by Dylan Carter on 37-36.
I'm sorry?
I have to impose on you to notify our
Yes, okay.
Potsdam affiliate.
We'll figure out how to get a notice to our Potsdam affiliate that the Cougars have jumped out on top. So once again, nice play by Dylan Carter to that's what they've been looking for, is to send that ball. Potsdam plays an aggressive defense and plays up a little bit, and they were looking to just chip that ball over the head of the defense, and did so, and Davison made no mistake about it. Put a good shot on goal. Again, I'm not sure what Sebastian Grinberg was thinking, but he let the ball go by him, and it found the back of the net. So regardless of what the deal is, the score is 1-0. There's Harrigan with a blast, and that's going to go over the top of the net.
I think the Cougar fans want to go to the Final Four, though.
All right, notice is given. It only took me 3.5 minutes to get that 2-word text out.
We could have got some 10-year-old.
Yeah, we should. If we had a 10-year-old up here, we would have this taken care of without a problem. Here's Davison once again. He tries to chip one in, and the flag is up, so Carter's going to get called for the offside. Questionable there with all those blue shirts there, but once again, the Davison-Carter combination working on the offensive end of things to see what they can make happen. Interesting to see how Coach Bendo will play now that he's behind a goal, and also how Coach Hawksby will play. Here's McAdoo. McDonald tries to push one forward, but Bedard is there. Here's a ball that gets sent up to the front line. Miller pushes it over. This is McDonough with it. He runs into a crowd of blue shirts. This is Bartenstein. He tries to free up McDonald, and McDonald goes down outside the box. So this will be a set piece here for the Sandstoners. Sean Lilly's going to take the kick, and we'll see if he goes for an angle shot. No, he chips it in, and everybody's going to watch it roll over the end line. So there's an offensive opportunity gone by the boards for the Sandstoners, and the Cougars will get her restarted on a goal kick. 34 minutes to go in the second half. And that ball goes out of bounds, so it'll be another throw in. And again, the McAdoo tries to create an opportunity. It slides back for Buchanan. Buchanan pushes the ball in, but Armstrong is there to clear it out. Defense is holding a tough line back there. Here comes the ball, comes back for the back line of the Sandstoners. That's Ben Aldred, sends it over for Smith. Smith looks to push it up to the front. Gets cut off by Marks. Marks puts a nice ball over for Carter. Carter looking to chip one into the center, but it gets defended nicely there by Smith, and Bartlett comes away with it. Sends that up for Bartenstein. Here's Bartenstein has it, but pushed away by Harrigan. And Letourneau makes a nice play there, pushes the ball up to the left sideline, but it goes by everybody, and Smith clears it out. Here's Harrigan. And Gay sends the ball long, turns Smith around, and he gives chase and kicks the ball out of play. So it'll be a throw in for the Cougars deep in the Potsdam end. Once again, Matt Letourneau will come up from his defensive spot for that long throw in. Just under 32 minutes to play. Ball's in the box, hits the ground, and kicks around, and the blue shirts clear it out. Bartenstein. Ball goes out of bounds, and we get subs. Here's Davison with it, tries to make a nice move, but Smith is there to pick that up. McAdoo tries to send it forward, but it gets defended there. Once again, Bartenstein lays it off for that right winger, I believe, is DiTullio. Mark sends it into the center. This is Carter. He gets bumped off the ball. Comes back for Lilly. Lilly finds a loose ball. Nick Gay is there, and the flag is up. And the linesman is going to call on the shirt tug. So the Cougars dodge a bullet there as the number 3, Sean Lilly, who's been playing in the midfield, and I think Coach Benda is going to start pushing some of his more skilled players up to see if he can't get that equalizer. Still a lot of game to play here with just over 30 minutes to play here in the second half. So you're going to see some personnel changes and some people shifting around here on both squads to see what develops here as the Cougars have a 1-0 lead. Here's Merriman. Sends it up for Hobbs, and that goes long. Nice play by Armstrong. Again, the ball is settled into the center. Aldrich has it skip over his foot. This is Marks battling for it, but the Sandstoners come away with it. Again, here's Lilly. Breaks it free. Turns, and it looks like he's going to get a shot off, but Gay makes a nice defensive play there. to break that up. Once again, Sean Lilly, who's played mostly defense in the first half, has turned out to be an offensive threat up front, and Coach Bennett is going to keep pushing him up forward to see what he can do about creating some scoring opportunities, because there is no tomorrow for the losing team here, and he's going to pull out all the stops to see if he can't get that equalizing goal.
That's how it's gonna have to end. They gotta go. Yeah.
Game called. Because Kenny Drake has to.
Yeah, Channel 5 says the game's over, so that's official.
Time to get the highlights on.
All right. Here's Davison sends one long for Carter, but Ben Aldridge is there to break that up. But it's going to be a throw-in. It's Katie McDonough. Here's Letourneau, hustles to the ball. He's going to take the shot, and that's going to go a little high, and Grimberger will watch that go over the net.
I would have shot that lower.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, of course I would have.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Lilly again. He's all over the place. He's taking the goal kicks. He's trying to create scoring opportunities. That's got to be a handball. He took a swipe at it. How he missed that right in front of the official, but quick to judge. We know he saw it. He's just waiting for the advantage to go the other way. So here we go. This will be a restart for the Cougars. Armstrong will take the kick. He's going to pop one into the box, and number 22, that's Buchanan, goes up high, and that ball ricochets off, and it goes off of Logan Miller's foot, and it's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in for the Sandstoners. This is McDonough. He gets it knocked away from him. A little miscommunication there, but nothing bad came of that. This is Cooper, breaks himself loose, but number 21, that's Matt Merriman, comes back to cover up for the Sandstoners. So nice play there to spring Cooper, but he get there just a step behind Merriman, and Merriman kicks it out of bounds. So once again, throw in for the Cougars. And that throw goes into the box, headed out by Lilly. Here goes Letourneau again. He's going to watch it go out of bounds. Once again, he'll take the throw. There's my sister Nancy. Again, Lilly on the defense. Armstrong sends it up. This is Davison, little side kick over for Cooper, but again, nice play there by Merriman to push it back the other way. This is Gay. It's it over for Marks. Marks creates some space, sends it back for Gay. Gay pushes it long into the corner, and that's going to sail over the end line. Alrighty. Once again, Sean Lilly will take the goal kick, get things going. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Cougar throw in. Cougars once again with a throw in, and certainly been keeping the pressure on here. Here's Davison with a chip over for Cooper. Cooper gets a head on it but can't really control it. He goes down, and that's Hobbs brings it out. Bedard gives chase, and he goes down. No whistle on that play, and the ball goes out of bounds to slow that progress down. So here are the Sandstoners now showing a little bit of offensive life. Harrigan gets a nice head on it. Cooper puts it into the center, but That ball gets taken away. Here's the Sandstoners with it. Goes all the way back for Smith. Smith pushes it up for DeTulio. DeTulio gets pushed off the ball by Marks, and he's going to draw the whistle. Just under 24 to play in the second half. Lilly once again sends the ball in. Bedard controls, gives it for Marks. Marks sends a long ball up, but Smith is the first one there. Carter gives chase. Smith turns it around, and he pushes it over for Buchanan. Or I'm sorry, Merriman. This goes up for that's number 17. That's Ryan Merriman, and he shoves Bedard down and draws the whistle. Here's Harrigan, boots one up for Cooper. Cooper gets beat to the ball by the Sandstoner defense. And that ball skips off the foot of Bedard. Here's McAdoo. And he's going to go down. So that'll be a foul against the Cougars. So we get a restart back the other way. And Lilly's going to be a tired man. He takes these long kicks and then runs up to the front line and goes back and takes the goal kicks and runs back up to the front line. He sends a long kick. This is Bartenstein. Harrigan is there to turn that around the other way. Once again, Lilly and Davison battle for it. Cooper tries to get it over the head of the defense, but can't. There's a ball that's sent up for Lilly. Here's a nice play by the Sandstoners, but Armstrong breaks that up. And here come the Cougars back the other way. Smith has the ball sent by him. He gets to it first, but there's going to be a call on the play, and I'm not sure about that call. That was a pretty unpopular call, but either way, it doesn't really make a whole heck of a lot of difference because the play was pretty much over, and now we'll just get a restart the other way. Once again, Lilly takes the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, so it amounts to just about nothing. But it sure got a rise out of the crowd anyway.
It sure did.
Yeah.
That's important.
Very, very important. And that one kind of slipped off of his hand a little bit. I think he's either getting tired or something's not working out so great. Here's Cooper. Tries to send one over for Carter, but it gets broken up by Smith. And again, here come the Sandstoners. There's a nice ball that's sent to the back line, but Armstrong is there. Letourneau heads one over for Marks. Marks is going to get there first. Send it into the center for Carter. Carter lays it off for Davison. Davison tries to get one back for Marks. Marks is there. He can't control, and Smith sends it back out to the center of the field. Harrigan is there. He gets shoved off the ball, but maintains control. Here's McDonough. McDonough turns and sends one into the corner. Carter's going to be the first one there. He and Bartlett collide, and here comes Bartlett away with the ball. Sends it up to the right side for DeTulio. Gives it to Bartenstein. Bartenstein pushes it just a little bit too long. Armstrong is there to cut it off and send it back the other way. And we got subs. All right, so just under 20 minutes to actually 19 and a half to play here in the second half, and gonna whistle on the play here. Looks like it's gonna be a restart for the Cougars. That's gonna get sent there. We're gonna get rolling here with this is Harrigan. He's gonna pop one up to the middle of the field. And that looked like a handball to me, and that ball's going to roll back to in the box. Miller is there. He controls. He's going to turn and try to knock it off the leg of the defender, and he does. And it's going to be a goal kick. So the Sandstoners get a goal kick out of it. Cooper's the first one to this one. He leaves it off for Davison. Davison tries to thread the needle, and he gets it taken away by Smith. Smith pushes it out for DeTulio. Marks hustles there to break that play up, but the Sandstoners keep possession. Again, here's Smith with it. He pushes it over for Aldridge. Aldridge sends it up, but it gets intercepted. Here's Cooper with a breakaway. Lays it off for Davison. Davison's going to get a shot, and it's in the back of the net. Nice play. Started with Logan Miller, who stole the ball at about 30-40 yards out. Fed it to Cole Cooper, who laid one off for Jamie Davison, who made no mistake on that finish whatsoever. So beautiful play there by the Cougars again. Started off with Miller stealing the ball and slid it for Cooper, who fed Davison, and the senior made no mistake on that one whatsoever. So with 18:04 to play, it's at the 21:56 mark of the second half. It's the Cougars go up by a 2-0 lead. So the goal goes to Jamie Davison, his second of the contest, assisted by number 5 Cole Cooper. And if I were keeping the stats, I'd give another assist to number 10 Logan Miller, because he's actually the one that made this whole play happen.
.1804 in the second half. Goal was scored by Jamie Davison and assisted by Cole Cooper.
Here's Cooper battling down in the far end with that. So once again, we're going to see what happens here with what Coach Benda's got up his sleeve here in the final 17 minutes of the contest. And now he finds himself in a pretty deep hole at 2-0. And Cougars with the throw in. The ball's in the box. Got 9 blue shirts in the box on that throw in. So I think we know that the Potsdam coach is definitely going to play some defense to see if he can make sure that no further damage is done, but also he's going to have to pressure up to see if we can't get something on the board. Here's Carter. He sneaks through, tries to push one over for Cooper, who was waiting for him, but gets broken up nicely. Harrigan tries to do a little fancy footwork and pushes it over for Marks. Marks pushes it back for Harrigan. Harrigan has number 12, that's Bartlett, it's 22. That's Buchanan all over him, and here come the Sandstoners. Getting a response from our Potsdam affiliate. Shazy up 1-0.
Shazy's up 1-0.
Shazy is winning 1-0. Shazy is winning, yes.
Or leading.
Right. Is there a difference? Here's Cooper, gets pushed off the ball by Matt Merriman, and that goes over the end line. It'll be a corner kick. Is there a difference between winning and leading?
Final buzzer sound, yeah.
All right.
Between Shazy and Burnsville Hutchinson, Shazy is ahead 1-0.
All right, Carter on the kick. He sends one into the box. It gets headed out by Lilly. This is McAdoo. He's going to try to send it up for Bartenstein. There's a ball over for Davison. Davison sends one over, tries to get it over the head of Smith, but that doesn't work out so well. And here comes the ball. It's out in the center of the field. This is Hobbs, gives it over for McAdoo. McAdoo pushes it up for Bartenstein. Bartenstein pushes it on the left side, tries to beat Armstrong. Armstrong stays with it, still has the ball. And the Sandstoners push it back out. Ball doesn't go out of bounds, so they retain possession. Here's McAdoo. McAdoo's going to take a shot from the top of the 18. Rabideau scoops that up with no problem. And Rabideau will punt it away. That's going to go back to McDonald. Cooper's going to intercept. Pushes it by Smith. Puts a cross in the box. Here's Carter trying to finish. Carter gets a foot on it, and it goes just over the crossbar. Again, nice play by Cole Cooper, who's done an outstanding job off the bench. He sends the ball into the center for Carter. Carter has a little bit of a problem settling the ball and ends up getting a little bit too much on it and knocking it over the crossbar. So, again, the Cougars not content to sit on a 2-0 lead. They're going to get the opportunities because the Sandstoners are pressuring up front and leaving just a couple guys back. And the Cougars are going to get the opportunities. They're going to take it because at this point with 13:20 to play in the second half, you never know what's going to happen. 2-goal lead is nice at this level, but nothing is ever safe. The way the Cougar defense has been playing, though, I'll tell you, it's got to make Coach Hawksby feel pretty good to have a 2-goal lead. Davison turns around, sends the ball up. But here's Letourneau. And Harrigan and Armstrong converge on it. Armstrong pushes it away. Davison once again sends the ball forward. And there's a little scramble, but Armstrong is there. He turns and sends one up the sideline. That's going to go out of bounds. And Merriman will throw it in for the Sandstoners. Bedard. This is McDonald. And that play will go to the advantage of the Sandstoners, so no whistle. There's Merriman. He gets the ball knocked out of bounds. And Marks comes up with it. Sends a nice ball in for Cooper, but Smith gets a foot on it to break it up. Cooper gives chase. And he sends it back out. This is Marks. Pushes it in for Cooper, but just a little bit too strong. Smith whips on it. Cooper's got the ball. He's going to chip it out, try to chip it into the center, but McDonald makes a nice defensive play there. Cooper found himself all alone at the end line and tried to hook one back into the top of the 6 where that cross should have been. And James McDonald was right there to cut that off. And that ball goes over the end line, so it'll be a goal kick.
Oh, no, I've already gotten this.
All right, so after the subs, we're back to action, and ball's over there on the right side of the field. This is Nick Gay defending, and ball comes over for 22 is Buchanan. Ball's in the center. Here's Harrigan. He's got a little bit of space, pushes one through. Bo LeDuc gives chase, but he can't catch up to it before Smith does. Here's Carter. And Grimberg comes out and grabs a hold of that. So nice play there by the Potsdam goalie to come out and cut that off, grab that ball before the speedy Dylan Carter was able to catch up to it. Here's Davison. He overruns the ball, and Buchanan turns it around the other way. Here's a nice ball by Marks to send Carter in. Carter turns around, hooks the ball just a little bit too far behind. He got behind Davison, and all that offensive opportunity went by the boards. Here's another substitution for the Cougars. Good.
Bring more food next time.
Yeah, remember to bring more food next time.
Oh, keep it in mind. I got it.
All right, so once again, the Cougars will throw in. We got less than 10 minutes to go, actually 9:10 to play in the second half. Letourneau throws the ball in. skips around, and Pupor had a shot at it, but fanned on it. Here's Gay, turns around and gets the ball knocked away by Bartenstein. Bartenstein's still fighting for it. And this is Gay and Bartenstein battling for it, and Gay's going to get the whistle. So the Sandstoners will have a set piece here inside the area of the Cougars. They get from about 40 yards out. See what kind of a play they get up their sleeve for this one. Once again, Lilly will take the kick. And he's going to chip one into the 18. Scoots around in the area. Nice play there by Davison, who's everywhere out here. Here's Pupor. He overruns the ball. He's going to send it up for Marks. Marks overruns it as well. Sends a nice ball in for Boladuke. Boladuke has it knocked away from him by number 21. That's Buchanan. Matt Merriman. Nice play there by the Cougars to bring that ball out. Here's Leduc. He's going to chip one for McDonough, but that's going to roll back, and Grinberg's going to be the first one to it. He's Letourneau sends it up. Harrigan is going to push it forward, but it's going to go out of bounds, so that'll be a throw in. That ball goes out of bounds, and the Cougars will throw in. We are down to 7 minutes remaining in the second half of this New York State Class B Regional Final. The winner of this game advances to the Final Four. And that's going to be a handball against the Cougars, so Sandstoners will get an opportunity here. Lilly chips the ball up. Nice play there by the Cougar defense, and that ball gets popped just a little bit too far, and it goes over the goal post, and that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Rabideau gets the ball headed back the other way. Here's Lilly with it. He pushes it up for Bartenstein. Bartenstein lays it out for McAdoo. McAdoo in the corner for DeTulio. And that ball comes popped back out the other way. Miller pushes it forward for Pupor. Pupor sends it over and gets stolen. Here comes Leduc. Leduc has McDonough and Pupor with him. Leduc is going to send it into the middle. Miller is a little tardy getting there, but Harrigan's going to get a shot off, and that gets blocked out front, so it's going to roll over to the end line, over to the side, and DeTulio and Harrigan will watch that go out of bounds, and it's going to be a Cougar throw-in. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Potsdam will throw it in. That's Bartlett sends it up, but they can't get to it. And that's Leduc. He's going to go down, and Potsdam will be called for the trip. Davison will place the ball, and Armstrong will come up and kick it if he wants to get things going here. So he sends the ball in, but it's headed away by Buchanan. That goes to the gets by everybody. Carter is there, and he gives chase. DeTulio taps it out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in. Looks like it's going to go over to the Sandstoners. Here's Bartenstein. He's battling for it. It's going to come back this way, and Armstrong is there. He still got it. Tries to push it up for Miller, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Cougar throw-in. We got subs. There's a shot by Dustin or Bo Leduc. And again, once again, that ball squirted loose with the Sandstoners pressuring and not having a whole lot of players back on defense. Ball comes loose in the area, and Bo Leduc is there to send it past the outstretched hands of Sebastian Grimberg. So with 3:20 to remaining in the contest, the Cougars come up with another goal to go up by a 3-0 margin. And I don't know, I don't like to say it's over, but boy, I'll tell you, with a 3-goal lead. With a 3-goal lead with 3:20 to go in the game, looks like it's a pretty decent, pretty comfortable lead at this point.
I will allow you to say in the game instead of in the half.
All right, so at this point, you'll allow me to say that there's only 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. So at the 36:40 mark of the second half, it's the Cougars go up by a 3-goal lead. Bo Leduc, number 22, gets credited with the goal, and it's an unassisted goal on a kind of a giveaway by the Sandstoners in their own zone, and Leduc was there to pick up that loose ball. Here's a opportunity for the Sandstoners, and they send the ball in, but goes over the head of Bedard. But Rabideau is there to pick it up. So 2.5 to go in the game here, with the Cougars up by a comfortable margin of 3-0. That ball bounces at midfield and gets sent over. Here's Davison with it. He's not ready to quit just yet. He's going to send one up for Leduc, the goal scorer. He's going to free Carter. Carter's going to chase that one down. He's going to beat DeTulio over in the corner. Still has it. Sends a cross out to the top of the 6. Smith whiffed on it, but it went behind Leduc, who was really not able to catch up with it.
You should point out, Joe, that last time we saw Davison, he was missing 2 teeth, but he had them put in that same night after the game.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Went to a dentist and had them...
taken care of?
Yep.
Again, here's Leduc. Finds himself loose, gets a shot off, but Grimberg's going to scoop that one up. We're under a minute and a half to play here, and the Cougar faithful are starting to feel that this might be a trip to the Final Four. And I don't know, you might remember, or if we ever did get past any of these regional games, but certainly in my memory of watching Cougar soccer in the last 10 years, I can't remember getting past a regional semifinal game, let alone winning a regional final. Here's Pupor.
I can't recall it. The girls have done it a couple of times, but I honestly cannot remember the boys ever getting that far.
All right, so we may be looking at history in the making here, as the Cougars will advance to the Final Four here if nothing bad happens in the next 40 seconds. Once again, the Cougars will advance to the Final Four to represent the Capital Region in the New York State tournament, details of which I don't have, so I don't know when and where, but as we click down the last 15 seconds, it looks like this one is going to go in the books as a 3-1 victory for the Cougars, so representing Section 7 in the Final Four. And the horn blows, so it's official after 80 minutes of play here at the Plattsburgh High School Athletic Complex. It's the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton representing Section 7-3, and the Sandstoners of Potsdam representing Section 10-0. That's the way it was. We thank you for watching Hometown Cable Television, worth your support.
So the Cougar fans, unlike the Shazy fans who make their hotel reservations months in advance for the Final Four, the Cougar fans will now have to scurry and get the details and find out all the best places to stay, because they will be going to the Final Four for, if not the first time for the boys. There have not been very many trips. And congratulations to Jerry Davison and his coaching staff. And we're going to stick around. There will be a trophy presentation. A little hardware will be available for viewing at the Northeastern Clinton trophy case. Looks like Tim Mulligan's going to have the honor of representing Section 7 and the region. Because it's beyond Section 7 now. This is Capital District Region. And he's presenting the, he's shaking. And as soon as Kevin Mulligan announces it.
Presenting the regional final Class B championship trophy to Northeastern Clinton Cougars.
All right. There it is.
Northeastern will be going down to the Final Four in Middletown, New York.
On to Middletown. So that's it. You were watching viewer-supported local television. As Joe Southwick said, it's TV worth your support. And if you're not supporting this programming, we'd like to find out why not. It's our only support is when somebody like you steps up and sends in a contribution. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Joe Southwick for taking us through the game. To 13. This is King.
Whoa, Maddie. Whoa.
Dupree with the kill. She'll serve 21-14. 22-14. This late in the game, 8 points is a big lead. Once again, I cannot recall the Cougars ever beating the Bobcats in volleyball. They lead 23-14 in the deciding game.